Assalamu alaikum guys, long time no see. Today we have HOVERAir X1 ProMax. We already made a review about this drone you have on our channel, but since then it had a quite new updates, from improved camera to some updates when it comes to firmware, so we can consider this as a recap of our last review. So stay until the end of the video to see what's new, what are pros, what are cons, and what is this little toy capable to do. Let's go.
We have been using the HOVERAir X1 ProMax for a while now, and let's just say this thing might just be the coolest flying camera. From crazy smooth video to a gimbal that gets PTSD from walls, today we will share with you everything we love and hate about the HOVERAir X1 ProMax. Let's start by unboxing this tiny beast. Inside the box, you'll find a drone folded up like origami, along with a few accessories. The X1 ProMax is small, foldable, and light enough to slip into a jacket pocket. Actually, smaller than most phones, but despite the size, it doesn't feel fragile. The X1 ProMax looks like it could handle a few knocks without falling apart. What you get in the box depends entirely on the bundle. The standard combo includes the essentials: a battery, USB-C cable, charger, charging hub, and a basic carry case. If you go for one of the larger bundles, you get a much more complete setup: a beacon controller, joysticks, ND filters, bike and magnetic mounts. It's generous, but for first-time buyers it may feel like you are paying extra just to unlock features that arguably should be included from the start. The design is smart, like very pocketable. 192.5 grams, foldable into 105mm, 149mm and 34mm, but while the portability is great, there's one more major compromise: the gimbal. It's fully exposed with no physical protection. On one of our indoor test flights, a minor bump into a wall was enough to throw the gimbal off, and it hasn't fully stabilized since. That's not a great look for something designed to be used in the real world. We get that HOVERAir wanted to keep things sleek and minimal, but in this case it might be too minimal for its own good. Don't get me wrong, this is not the first time this drone bumped. It bumped maybe already dozens of times with me outdoors, into trees, into light stands, etc, but still it came alive. It came back stronger than never before, and I was very surprised that it handled all these bumps, all these crashes, guys. I'm telling you, minimum 10 times I crashed this drone in the last 2 months. Now let's talk about the best part about the X1 ProMax, is the camera. The X1 ProMax is essentially a flying camera that's aiming to deliver the kind of footage you usually expect from something much bigger. It shoots up to 8K 30 FPS, though most users will get more value from the excellent 4K at 120 FPS or 1080p at 120 FPS for smooth slow motion. There's support for 10-bit HLG vertical video, which is ideal for mobile first content like Reels or TikToks. Still photos max out at 48 megapixel JPEGs, but there's no RAW option, something to note if you're into post-processing. The video bitrate climbs to 200 megabits per second, and the footage is stabilized using a 2-axis gimbal and electronic image stabilization. In our use, the results have been sharp and impressively stable, even during biking and ski tests. That said, the gimbal is sensitive. One more minor impact and performance can start to degrade. It's powerful but a bit delicate. Battery life on the X1 ProMax is decent but nothing impressive. With 1920 mAh battery, we're getting around 16 minutes of flight time in average conditions. But again, when you consider it and compare it with the first gen of the HOVER, which had maybe around 8-9 minutes, this is almost like an 80-90% boost of the battery performance, and that's great, man, isn't it? There's also a thermal version for cold weather. Yes, they have a special batteries. They're a bit more expensive, if I'm not wrong, but they will not. It will not extend your flight that much. It is for usability at hot weathers, or let's just say cold weathers. Storage wise, the good news is you can now shoot 8K directly to a V60 SD card. The built-in 64GB sounds useful until you realize about 10GB is reserved for the system, and at 1.5 GB per minute of 8K footage, let's just say bring extra storage. You will need it. It's one thing to see a drone look impressive in a video, but spending $700, that takes more than a YouTube video. That's where user feedback really matters. And across dozens of reviews, what people are saying about the X1 Pro Max is surprisingly consistent. Some call it the most travel-friendly drone that they ever used. Creators say the video quality holds up even in fast-paced shots. Others have flagged issues, beacon pairing problems, short battery life, and a gimbal that doesn't recover well from minor crashes. It's pretty clear what HOVERair needs to focus on next. The gimbal needs better protection or auto recovery after impact. That's obviously from other reviews. Like I mentioned you guys, personally I crashed it 10 times, nothing happened with this drone. It has the same stability, flies the same, everything is as from the day one. I'm not sure how is this possible, but this is a beast in my own personal experience. Battery life has to improve, or at least ship with a second battery by default if you don't go obviously with their super combo. I did receive obviously the power charging case with 3 batteries, but and again the beacon experience needs to be more reliable, especially when it comes to pairing and consistent tracking.
And second thing is locked white balance. So if you want to set up a brightness or want to adjust it on your own way, if you're filming on the night or early in the morning, you have to do it on some other way manually, so you cannot adjust white balance.
These are not deal breakers, but they're holding back the X1 Pro Max from being a truly standout product. So is the HOVERair X1 Pro Max the best flying camera you can buy? Maybe not, but it is the most fun, easiest to use, and travel friendly. Absolutely. If HOVERair can fix just a few things, this could go from great to legendary. Let us know your thoughts on the HOVERair X1 Pro Max. Is this something you see yourself buying? Tell us in the comments below. That's all for today, and thank you for watching Tech Utopia. See you in the next episode. Ma'as salama.